All right, cool. All right, we're going live. All right, that's fine. Remove that one. Okay, and all right, we're live. And what's up? Hey, welcome to the Long Island IQ.
The Long Island IQ, the debut.
All
Fabian
right.
Ramirez, Raging Al Iaquinta,
What's up, man? Bright and early.
bright and early. We got the morning show. I've always wanted to do a morning show. I think it's a great way to start the week.
Yeah, I think so too.
A ton of stuff has gone on since last week. We did a mock podcast, and I think it just happened kind of like organically, all came together.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing was I found out that you're you're more right wing than I am, and I'm a lot more left wing than you are. So it's gonna be an interesting show to have. I'm excited. I think I'm gonna change your mind on everything eventually. I think with enough time, I'm gonna change your mind. I'm gonna make you realize that it's cool to have free healthcare. And
I mean, it was cool to have free healthcare. Jesus.
I already got Peter. We got one of our guests ready to come in. He's already shaking his head at half the shit I'm saying. So
let's before we bring Peter in, I'm hearing a little echo.
The echo. We're not going to be able to do anything.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's okay. We'll
Yeah.
get used to it.
All right. So I'm gonna bring Peter.
Before we bring Peter in, let's set the stage. So we went last week to do some street interviews at the Massapequa High School Board of Education meeting.
Yeah.
This was the first Board of Education meeting since the state of New York put the kibosh on Massapequa High School's ban on transgender students using the locker room of their identity and not of their birth gender.
Yeah. And I feel like the main arguments from both sides, so from the parents' point of view, they're scared their children are going to be uncomfortable. There were a lot of girls there that just straight up said they were uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then from the parents who are on the other side, they're like, hey, why are you spending our money on fighting the Supreme Court instead of building partitions or something like that? I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be that I'm sure it wouldn't be that expensive to put some walls up and make some individual changing rooms, but I don't even know if maybe these lawyers are taking it pro bono or something, or at a really discounted rate. But it seems like one side is like, hey, my kids feel uncomfortable, you could spend any amount of money to make them feel better. And then on the other side, it's like, hey, this isn't really it's not up to you guys to fight the Supreme Court. We just want you to make our kids' lives better, whatever way you can, as opposed to
it seems like everybody that was there that was from Massapequa wanted the Massapequa Board of Education to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
There was nobody from Massapequa.
Very true.
Was the girl or the trans
Copeg?
No.
The
where was the student? Why wasn't the student there? If this is
deal,
yeah. Why wasn't the student or the student's parents? Why weren't they at the Board of Education meeting speaking? That would have been something that if there were the NYCLU, the New York Civil Liberties Union, was there, a representative. What do they care?
Yeah, I would have liked to see that person there to give their testimonial about how they feel, but I mean, I guess I could understand because it was so hostile. It was very hostile.
You caused the hostility. That person caused this hostility. You got to be there. You got to follow this through. At least the parents of that trans student should have been in attendance.
Yeah,
I should have spoken.
Well, maybe they were. I don't even know who they are.
Well, they
so I don't know if they were there secretly. Maybe maybe they were in disguise or something. But yeah, maybe they should have been there. Who knows if they were there? But for sure, it was the majority of the people from Massapequa that supported this were there. So like, one thing is like, if you're gonna be like leftist and stuff or whatever, like you gotta show up. Like, I mean, like, you're gonna fight for these things. I think you should like show up to the events or whatever to support it. I mean, there was like a group of gay people or like people with like flags on them that were there, but like, I don't know. It just seemed like Massapequa came out in droves. Like it was like all the parents. Like the auditorium was pretty full, I'd say, especially for like a meeting. What day was it? Like it
Was
was
it Tuesday night?
a
Yeah,
Tuesday night at
pretty
like
late.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? Like I mean, yeah, it was crazy to see it, and like it really opened my eyes to Magapequa, and like
MAGA. So,
Magapequa is crazy.
so I saw a video of an LGBTQ plus person
Uh huh.
made a video about this and said, Massapequa, you got to hear me out for this, blah, blah, blah. You're the number one town on Long Island. You're the best town. When people want to move to Long Island, they want to move to Massapequa.
Yeah.
But, and then went on to try to tell Massapequa how they should be reacting to this.
Yeah.
You just said they're the best. Why don't you let them tell you how to run shit? Like little girl in your freaking
That's so funny.
basement. Like, don't.
Oh yeah, that video pissed you off. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. It was just some like old lady or something in her basement. Like, I love Massapequa, but here's 10 things I do to make it better. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you should be standing up for this student and blah blah blah. It's like, lady, the town of Massapequa is behind the Board of Education and
It's true.
behind all the girls. Like, could you imagine the one that ran down at the end? And
Oh my
could
god.
you imagine a girl, a 15, 16, a young girl
Hmm.
going through puberty and then that walks in?
Well, I mean, what's the difference between that lady and like just some ugly fucking girl? Like that's
It's
just
a
it's
huge difference.
it looks like she looked like.
Huge
I mean,
difference.
honestly, that lady. I've seen some busted girls. That lady looked the same as like a busted girl. Like I don't know. I just it's crazy for me for like if I'm a kid to feel threatened by like
You're also a guy that's a savage jujitsu.
that. Okay, thank you. I appreciate the very nice compliment. But like I feel like I was so not scared of gay kids when I was growing up. Like you expect me to be scared of not only a
And
gay kid
you
but
grew up.
the gayest kind of like
So you
like
grew up in
in
Queens.
Queens. Yeah, yeah, in Queens. So it was like really like we were all mixed in together, but you're telling me like kids are scared of the really like I mean, I'd imagine the trans person is like kind of like dainty or like very feminine presenting. Like I wouldn't be scared of the gayest kid in my class. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even be I like usually that kid has all the friends that are girls and he's hanging out with the girls and he's the plug to like talk to girls. So it's like I don't know how I feel like what they do is they make like trans people look or like seem so scary, but when you interact with them, like I wouldn't be scared of that trans person, like
Well,
the
there's
one who
different levels of like, we didn't have trans.
I think we
in,
did. It just
in Long
wasn't
Island.
as
I
like
agree.
yeah, yeah.
It was just kind of like, they were like kind of talk like girl, like the opposite.
Hmm.
They were kind of like either it was a girl, it was like, it's kind of tomboyish.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a guy, kind of feminine, but they were just did their thing and it was no problem. It wasn't like they didn't come in dressed, with a 5 o'clock shadow and a freaking dress on. You know what I mean? And that's if you want to be a trans guy, or like if you want to go into like the bathroom, you could be like, a little interesting, or maybe we'll call it, and go into your
Interesting.
like your bathroom. But if you start like now you're a guy with a 5 o'clock shadow going with a dress going into a girl's bathroom, and there's like girls like that's gonna creep them out. Especially these are like these are high school kids. Remember, I don't know. For me in high school, it's a weird time. You're like discovering yourself. You're like,
That they said that a lot where like I mean there was one guy who like that's all he was on about is like oh like the girls are developing and they're fucking gonna be scared or whatever but like um I don't know it feels like it feels like a mistake to exclude people, especially like we're all Americans and like we're all people. Like it feels like a mistake to exclude any type of person from like anything. So like it just to me it seems like next thing it's gonna be like a trans water fountain that they're gonna be able to go to. And you know, like maybe that's like an extreme, yeah, that's an extreme example, but you guys give extreme examples all the time of like, oh, there's gonna be a trans kid, there's gonna be a boy who's going in there and recording them and like I mean, I
Yeah,
don't,
no, I agree. That's a little.
you know,
I mean, that could happen with a girl.
that
Like,
could
trust me.
happen with anyone. Yeah,
But
yeah. So it's like I just think like right wing people or whatever like to demonize trans or dehumanize and demonize them to the point where it's like these are scary monsters that you should be afraid of. But like I look at them and I'm just like that's like a person. They're a little weird, maybe.
so here's a little bit of an issue that I have. Maybe I don't know how it all went down, but with the Massapequa Board of Education, if I
Mm-hmm.
was the Board of Education, or
Mm-hmm.
if I was the principal, or if I was a teacher, I would say, listen, you're making the girls a little uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
We got you your own bathroom. You can use this all yourself just for now until we kind of like let things simmer down a little bit. But you have your own bathroom. You can go into your birth gender bathroom, or, but not, you should just, let's go into, instead, they made a rule about it. They put their foot and they made it national news. Now, you know, maybe they could have played this a little bit more under the radar and made that trans student feel more welcoming,
Mm-hmm.
but to use their own bathroom. Because you can't, I don't think, I can't see.
But what do you like? What do you think is going on in these? I mean, I've basically I've been in a locker room the past like 10 years of my life. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like I don't know. What do you think's going on in the fucking locker rooms? Is like you're getting changed and you're leaving. Like
Yeah,
it's
but
like I got to go to class in like 5 minutes. You know, it's not like and like on top of that, like a bathroom. Like I don't.
what's to say I can't go in the girls' bathroom? I just want to use the girls' bathroom today. I feel like a girl.
I think that's a personal choice. And like if you're being a fucking pervert there, then okay,
Yeah.
cool, prosecute him. But like if you're just there, you're taking a fat dump and then you're leaving, I'm gonna be mad at you for that. I'm not gonna be mad at you for that. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I mean, whatever. That was a fucking hairy girl, just took a dump. I don't give a fuck. She was in and out, you know? And like I just it feels like the parents were saying and like I mean I the consensus from both sides when we talked to both people like that were like more like towards the middle and weren't just like ban the girl whatever or let her in. It's like why don't we just privately partition these locker rooms where or like just make some like I don't know like easy fucking drywall and then fucking like just allow them because yeah like I could so agree with that because like in the locker room it's not like you don't have to be just completely naked as soon as you walk in. You go into the locker room, you get your shit, go change in the private room, and then everyone like even the kids that are uncomfortable will be fine. Like I grew up as a little fat kid, like I don't want to be like naked in the locker room. I don't think I ever got naked once in my school ever, like and I did sports and everything like that. Like I never used the showers. It was uncomfortable for me as like a little fat kid. But
So here's the other thing. That student, there's different kinds of trans
mhm.
people. There's the people, and I think if it was the type of trans person who truly felt that they were like stuck in the wrong body
Yeah.
and this and that, they wouldn't want to cause a problem. They would go, "I'm using the mixed bathroom. I don't want to cause a problem. I understand. There's I'm a little, I'm the kind of like the one in 100,
Mhm.
and I'm going to use." But if it's the type of person, the type of trans person that is a little bit of an outcast. Maybe they are having trouble finding a partner of
Like
the opposite
friends and stuff,
sex.
yeah.
Their friends maybe don't have friends. They want attention.
So I wouldn't make this same comparison to somebody like let's imagine this is just for like their rights kind of, right? Like okay, like these are my like these are what I expect like I want to be treated like everyone else, so these are my rights. Like I wouldn't tell fucking like hey, Rosa Parks, don't do that. Like there's other ways to protest or whatever.
Rosa Parks didn't choose to be black. She was black. These people, they're choosing.
Yeah, but in the same way, you don't choose to be gay. I feel like you have a little kid, he's gay. You could kind of like tell off of the first like couple years of their life, you're like, oh, this little boy's gonna be wearing dresses when he grows up because he's like talking with like a crazy lisp or whatever. Like just through the actions, I feel like people are born gay. I feel like people are born trans, and then even if they're not and they're just confused, like okay, like I've been confused in my life. I didn't know what I was gonna do for my life, like for the longest time, with my life for the longest time. It's like these people are really trying to be introspective, figure themselves out, and like I mean, I
take hormones and try to switch yourself up before you are figured out.
I mean,
You
I
figure it out.
I imagine the alternative is to just like I don't know, like kill yourself. Like they just don't feel right. Like it's like you ever heard of those people with like phantom
I
limb?
think you got to do push-ups. You got to get to the gym. You need to freaking like struggle. You got too much time to think. If
But
you're thinking about like freaking all this bullshit, like if you gotta create, you gotta do something. There's too much bullshit.
it does seem like a first world problem. I don't see like many other countries really like too up in arms about this. Like, I mean, you go to Thailand, there's ladyboys everywhere. Nobody gives a fuck about like a ladyboy or a trans person in Thailand. It's so normalized. Like,
I wonder which bathroom they're using. But you know what? The other thing
they
is,
don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, I'm not gonna like.
I wonder about high school. I wonder if there's like high school lady boys that are like.
No, it's everywhere. It's like the it's so accepted there. The Philippines, like all those Southeast Asian countries, are very accepting of like trans people and all that kind of stuff. And it's like I feel like we could kind of take a page out of their book how they treat them. Like it's just like they're just people in society. Like oh sure, it's a little quirky, but like it's like whatever. Like nobody. I mean, when I went to Thailand, it was fine. Like maybe some of them were a little touchy because like you go to the fucking what's that thing
Dude, that'd be the
patong.
craziest thing.
They're like trying to grab you and like yeah like their hands are bigger than mine, but they're nice people, like you know. Like maybe they're super veiny whatever and they got the Adam's apple pointing out whatever, but like I mean
We're getting crazy here. We got the Long
Yeah.
Island IQ. We're speaking about the Massapequa Board of Education ruling, New York State's ruling rather, to stop the Board of Education of Massapequa from banning transgender students from using the bathroom of their choice and not the bathroom of their birth gender. We're gonna bring in a
yeah
special guest, Long Island native comedian. He'll be telling us about his next comedy show coming up here next week. But we got Pete Brazili.
all right, let's add Pete to the stage. Oh, one thing before we add him, we had a comment on YouTube.
We'll get to it after.
Yeah, do you have children? No, I don't. All right. um all right, Pete, what's
Good
up, man?
morning. So let's start off.
Let's go. I'm
Look,
about to get yelled at. I'm ready.
no. First of all, being gay is one thing, right? I don't think majority of people don't care if someone's gay. I mean, we all went to school, guaranteed. I mean, I'll just tell you, I'm 62. I went. Oh, in my day, you had to take showers after practice and naked in the locker room. Then I was in the military. I was in the army. You cannot tell me back in 1980s there weren't gay people in the army, right? But what I'm saying is when you're gay, you're gay, you know your boundaries in a sense where if someone's not gay, you're not going to do anything. What I don't like about the transgender stuff is what, like Al had said before, what's going to stop some guy now? I'm going to come to school next week now that they're allowing uh, transgenders in the women's locker room. We all know the perversion. It becomes a perversion now at that point, right? Because people are going to do things. I mean, the whole society is wrong. You guys are old, are the last generation, I'm assuming, where your parents were like a conservative type person, right? And I'm not talking about conservative like a Republican. Even when I grew up, my parents were Democrats, but people grew up in a conservative society, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did certain things. You abide by rules. You obeyed teachers. You obeyed coaches, right? Look at you guys, right? You're both right. In the UFC or do some sort of
Mm-hmm.
so you learn to listen, to obey, right? You don't go over boundaries. And when that
Mm-hmm.
happens, when they allow that, they go over boundaries. And here's the problem on Long Island and every school district, right? We pay a lot of taxes in our
Ooh,
school
hell yeah.
districts, right? And why are you saying people who pay school taxes in a school district like Massapequa that they can't have a say? They want us to vote on, everything in that school district, but yet when it comes to this, why is this not put up to a vote for the school board election to say, hey, we're going to have transgenders? And if they have money to do things like that, then why don't they take care of the school? This is what gets me totally about Long Island itself. The 31 years I'm living here, the politicians don't do anything. They jump in only when it's okay for them. I have no problem with the parents fighting this issue because
Hmm.
it's you both had said the same thing in a different way. What's the difference? Okay, here's the transgender bathroom. Use that bathroom. That's it. Use that bathroom. The young men use this bathroom. The men's, the girls, and that's it.
Hmm.
Just leave it at that. What I don't know why they want to be separated, right? Because when I was a kid growing up and as an adult, gay people didn't want to be separated. They wanted to be accepted. I'm gay, whether I'm a man or a woman,
Hmm.
and they didn't. I just think it becomes a perversion when you want to force yourself into something you don't need to be in.
All
Like
right.
a transgender.
I'll
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So I just want to talk about like some of the things you said. So like you're saying, why can't we, as like Massapequa people, vote on this? Like, why is it we vote on everything else and we can't vote on this? I think because it's a bigger thing than just like the students in the school. It's like civil rights like matter, whereas like like all the other things, it's like very local to the school, but this kind of affects everyone. Like there's that school Little Rock Art in Little Rock, Arkansas, where they had to send the National Guard to let like a little black girl attend
Yeah,
elementary
two
school. Like I don't
different
know if you
things.
remember.
Right, two
Huh?
different things. It's two different
Whoa,
things.
wait. So we're talking about somebody's rights
Yeah, yeah.
to
It's
like
two different. It's two
live.
different
Like,
things. So okay. You, Al had said it before, right? We know back in the especially the '60s when the civil rights movement really took a turn because of
you were there, I
people.
wasn't.
Well, I was a little kid. I wasn't, but I remember. Listen, I'll just tell you this. I went to school in New York City. I went to school with
Mhm.
black kids, and not one time did a teacher ever say, "Would all the black kids leave the school so I could teach only the white kids?" Right? And this is not me making a prejudiced statement. What I'm saying is, back in the '60s, when the civil rights movement, there was literal laws that says a black child can't go to a school, which we all know is wrong, right? That's different.
Yeah.
Like, right? So this is not different. No one's telling this person they can't go to the school. They're just telling this person you are a boy from birth, and this is the bathroom you need to use. If they want to go and make another bathroom, fine. I don't think anybody's debating that. What the parents, I think, worry about is some person, some guy now, because we know there's perversion all over this world, right? This perversion. I
Well,
know
I
there
I
is.
think I think that's like
Hold on, I want to explain. I'm
yeah.
not calling a
Yeah, no.
transgender person is perverted. That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is you're going to get some perverted idiot that is now going to say I am transgender, and it's going to happen, and it has happened, right? And there's just keep it separate. That's it. Parents want to keep
But
their children safe,
it's
and
like
that's what they're
the
worried about.
the projection of like, yo, like these people are perverse or anything like that. Like that's such a small percentage, and then on top of that, it's like,
No, I'm
I
not talking
mean, you
about
could
the
say
actual.
the same thing, huh?
No, no,
I'm
I,
I,
I'm
I was
sorry.
I was saying like you could say the same thing about like somebody with a gun or something. Like, yeah, sure, like not all of them, but there's some people who are gonna be mass murderers, and like I'm not gonna throw out all the gun owners with that one psychopathic gun owner. I'm gonna be
But the
like, yeah,
government
there's
tries to do
gonna be a
that though.
percentage.
The government
Huh?
tries
What?
to do that. The government tries to do that every time there's a mass shooting, right? You hear the government and they go around saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, we need to ban guns." But what I'm saying is, let me just make myself clear. If a person is transgender and that's what they truly believe, I'm not saying that that person is perverted. I'm saying there's going to be a perverted person that's going to say, hey, now I'm transgender and I'm going to pretend I'm transgender and I'm going to go into these women locker rooms and these women bedrooms and start taking whatever pictures. We already see the latest thing with this Northwell Health, the sleep study, right? Some sick bastard wants to go and take pictures. This is the stuff parents are
But
worried
that
about.
was a guy. That
I
wasn't even a
understand
trans
that.
person.
No, but he had the
But I think
ability. He had the ability to do that. So you can't give somebody the ability to do something that may harm your children. And again, uh, I'm a conservative person, but I'm also a logical person. I have no problem with someone being gay. I definitely don't
Mhm.
have any problem if somebody wants to be transgender, but I'm sure that the normal transgender person is going to say, okay, I don't use that bathroom. They're going to build a bathroom for me, and that's the bathroom they're using. What I get worried about as a father and a
Mhm.
grandfather is I don't want my child being put in harm's way, and that's we don't know what's going to happen. You can't open the door for things that may happen. Just let it. It's a tough situation, and I'm trying to make myself clear. I'm not against transgenders, and I'm not against gay people. That's a fact. I say that as a
no,
fact.
Pete, I,
What?
I definitely see that you're not. But so Massapequa, I think they should. It seems like they're all on the same page.
Mhm.
If they kept it within Massapequa, they say, listen, the parents in Massapequa, I don't want my kids being around a, a trans student in the bathroom or in the locker room. In the school, it's fine, whatever. You know what I mean? They're not. There's nothing against the trans. It's just in the bathroom.
Right.
Yeah.
But the fact that they've made it a national issue,
Well, who made
now
it,
they're
Al?
trying to
Who?
set the standard for the country, and that's I think where New York State comes in. So I think maybe it has to come down. Look, I
Well,
think if all the parents are on board and there's one trans student that might, I'm just from looking on the outside, I have a feeling that it's not like a trans student that like understands. They want to make a lot of those people at that hearing, they were there, they went to start trouble. They went to not really get their point across. They wanted to, wave flags, they wanted to scream free Palestine. They're like on
Well,
yeah.
that.
on both
Yeah.
sides, like
Oh, there was definitely people on both sides.
yeah, like you got Magapequa coming up with the freaking boat horns, like like so. Um, I want to go back to like I feel like I hear this a lot. Well, first of all, like it feels nice to hear Pete you say that like, hey, you don't have a problem with gay people or trans people. Like, I think that's like huge. Like even like nowadays, like there's so much like it just seems like evil rhetoric against like people who are just people. So it's nice to hear you say like, hey, I don't have a problem with trans people and I don't have a problem with gay people. I think that's like really important for people to hear. Like this is just like an issue we got to get over, but I think it's really important to hear that like somebody like you consider yourself a conservative, you're 62 years old. Like I think it's super important for somebody like you to be like, hey, like I don't have a problem with trans people and I don't have a problem with gay people, and then like voicing your opinion respectfully. But I really think that like when you're talking about like this, you're making like an argument that's it's I think they're called like straw man arguments, where it's like you're giving me like the absolute like worst situation that like it could happen, but it's like a really
But why would you want it to
like the
happen?
kind of person who does that is like mentally sick in a way that's not like I don't think that has anything to do with being trans.
Well,
Like
no, no.
there's people who record people in the bathroom on both sides. Like
Yeah, they're on both
Right.
sides, but I think
yeah.
But
it's
you're going to
also
give
like
the up.
you got to keep like law and order. You got to have like
Right. You're going
rules.
to.
The rules are boys go in the boys, girls go in the girls. It's been like that forever.
Has it
You're
though?
you're the new. Yeah, there's
And
never been a problem.
I've no, but I'm saying like there's been a bunch of different societies where that hasn't been the case. Like in like Greek times or whatever, everybody was
Yeah.
just it
But
was
in
So
all
the
you.
one.
United States of America, in Long Island, New York,
Okay.
in a school known as Massapequa, the boys have gone to the boys, the girls have been to the girls. There's been confusion. There's been boys within. I'm sure there's been confusion within students of their own body, their own gender. There's
Hmm.
been confused, but they've never caused a problem. This person's causing a problem. They are the issue in a school that's probably a little more conservative,
Mm-hmm.
a school that's a top-notch school, a school that knows what they're doing. The Board of Education is one of the top Board of Education. It's one of the top school districts in the
Mm-hmm.
country.
Mm-hmm.
People move to that school district to
That's interesting. Yeah.
be in Massapequa
Mm-hmm.
because there's rules, there's regulations, there's law, there's order. And now you want New York State, who's ran this country, not the country, who's ran the, majority of the state is not Long Island, majority of the state, you probably get that stuff, but not in Massapequa. And Massapequa wants to keep it Massapequa. And who is New York State? Who's Kathy Hochul to say shit?
So
Well,
here's the problem, Al.
like I said, I think this is like a bigger issue than the state. I think it's like the nation. So that's why I think.
So let me also tell you what's going to happen, and just from past things. So
Mhm.
obviously, New York, even as much taxes as we pay here in Long Island for school districts, the state provides subsidies. What she's going to say, if it gets to her, is she'll say to the people of Massapequa and the school district, "We won't
Mhm.
fund you. We'll take away our funding." Right? It's the same thing
Yeah.
Trump is saying to everybody, "I'll take away funding if
Mhm.
Donnie gets in." Right? So, and then that'll people will cave. But here's what I say. See, what's the problem is, Al, is people they don't know how to fight back, right? I would say if I was, okay, take the money, then I'll just pay my own. I'll pay me personally. I'll pay an extra 200-300 a year to keep my school district the way it is, right? Because people don't. That's how they get you. They scare you with money. They scare you. Oh, we'll take away your funding. Well, let me ask you a question. You look at all the school districts, and I'm not disagreeing with you, Al. Yes, Massapequa, Seaford, Wantor, all these areas where people move, the school districts are good. But I don't see those school districts in the top 10 like you see out in Syosset and all this other stuff, right?
Mhm.
And I'm not saying Massapequa is a bad school district. That's not what I'm saying. We know the schools, those kids are well educated. They go to schools, they go to colleges and all that other stuff. We know they do sports programs, all well. But when this is how they get you, yeah, you have a vote. But then if the state says we're not going to fund you because you won't put the transgender, how many kids? Just say for argument's sake, there's 1,000 kids in Massapequa High School. I don't know what that is. How many
Mhm.
transgenders could be there? 2, 3, 5, 10? I don't
The,
even know.
it's probably so low.
Right.
Like
So why?
in
So why?
America, there's not even that much.
Right. So so the point I'm making is, and I know that now
Mhm.
this sounds like I'm some sort of psycho old boomer, whatever. But so why we pandering to somebody that's like we do this all the time, right? We pander. Again, I'm going to go back to when your dads were kids, and I will guarantee you there was gay people on my football team. There was gay people in my school. I went to swimming. I guarantee there was gay people. Not one time in my life did I even think, or was I afraid. But now you're going to put a girl in a position of some idiot, some psycho, not a transgender who's a trans. I'm talking about a guy who's going to say, yeah, now I'm going to go in. And so why would you want to have that situation happen? Because then that opens up, because we know what a litigious society we are. And God forbid this happens to a girl where something happens, then the school board is going to be up, the school district is going to be up for all kinds of lawsuits and everything else. Just there's a common ground, right? People, yes, you're right. This is what people don't understand about me. I don't go crazy. I'm not wearing my MAGA hat. I'm not wearing
Mhm.
because I've seen enough in my life to know, hey, there's compromise, there's things we could do, and
That's
Al's
nice.
right. Al's right. And you both said it in a different way. Okay, let's come to agreement. We're going to sit with the parents of this transgender, or however many they are, and we're
Mhm.
going to say, listen, we're going to put up a petition. He or she, whatever they identify, they have to go in this store, they have to get dressed in there. And then if they have a problem with that, then they're just full of shit. Then they're just full of shit. You want to go play on a girls' team? Go ahead. I'll tell you a little story. When I tried out for my basketball team in high school, right? The coach laughed at me. He goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "There's 6 black kids over there, over 6 feet tall. You're not even going to make it." So I didn't make the team. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't go the next day and try out for the girls' basketball team. I never played basketball again, right? I knew my limits. You understand? I don't go
But
try
isn't
out.
that sad that
No, it's
like
not
you
sad. I
never
knew.
played
No,
basketball?
well,
Like
I'm
you're a
being
little boy
facetious.
who wanted. Yeah,
Well,
but
I
yeah,
played in the park.
yeah,
What I'm
yeah.
saying is, I don't go like, okay, I lost. Like, are you out? You lose. every WC fight. Now you're going to go say I'm a woman and go fight against women. Did you do that?
It happened. It's happened. It's
You might
crazy.
have.
I think
No, I'm saying,
I
but
think
would you? That's what I'm saying. The point I'm
no,
making
no.
is that's what I'm.
yeah,
The point. Yeah.
Oh,
Pete. I
listen,
think.
when I was
Sorry.
younger, I wanted to be an NHL player.
Right.
But we didn't have. It was hard in Long Island.
You have too many teeth to be
know?
a
Yeah.
NHL
When
player.
I was younger, I wanted to be. I loved hockey, but it just wasn't. You know,
Yeah.
like I wasn't. I didn't spend enough time on ice. I didn't do. Try. I should say. Oh no. I should be allowed to play hockey with. I play
Right.
with the girls with the freaking. You know.
Well,
what I mean?
well, I think, like, you know, as you're talking, I'm like taking notes. Or I think what you're speaking to, Pete, like a bigger problem is like there's a mental health issue in America, and you know, you're talking about these psychopaths or like whatever these like whatever perverted people, like, you know, whoever you made up in your mind that would like record people like that.
I
Like,
didn't make up
I
in my
think
mind.
that just speaks
It's
to a
happened,
higher.
and I didn't
What?
make
I'm
it up
sorry.
in my
What'd you say?
mind. I didn't make it up in my mind. It has happened, and it will happen if you let it go on. If you listen, look at the crime.
Well, I'm
Let's
just
go
saying
to
it's
other
a
issues.
it's a mental health issue,
Yeah, that's
not
fine. I've
a
been
trans issue.
I've been mentally ill since I'm 7 years old. You know, and I'm going through life fine. I raised a family. You know, in my day, I was diagnosed with every letter of the alphabet, right? And you know what the teacher did to me in 5th grade? She locked me in the closet, right? My parents didn't go
She
crying,
did.
without a
I
doubt.
love
My
it.
parents,
I love
God's
it.
honest truth, locked me in the
100%.
closet.
That's what.
She
Locked me in the
locked you in a
closet.
closet,
Say stay away from the normal kids. You can't be near the
Yeah.
kids,
bro.
right?
Go to
I-
therapy.
No,
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 That's
he doesn't need
crazy.
therapy.
I'm no,
That's why he doesn't need therapy.
I'm
'Cause
normal.
when you need like if there's no law and order in a school and you could just go into any
Right.
bathroom you want, then it just the optics of it say no. You want people like kids. You want society to grow. Society to grow. There's got to be law and order. People have to follow. You know, you gotta like you got to struggle. You know, the teacher locked him in the closet. He struggled. You know what I mean? If the teacher just let him do whatever the hell he wanted to do, then there's no struggle. There's no
Right.
just do whatever
And
you want to do. Oh yeah, go whatever bathroom you want. The optics of it, there's no law and order. It's ludicrous to think. Then what you know if I can go in any bathroom that I want, why can't I go in anyone's house that I want? I
right.
want to go in. I want to live on Riverside Drive. I want to live on the bay.
Mhm.
I just
Right,
go
right.
into the house. I
Or just
want
go.
to live there. I go into the
Right.
house. I can do whatever I want to do. There's no rules. You know, there's rules and there's a reason for the rules. There's boys, there's girls. If you're a little different, you go into they made it an accommodation. It wasn't like they were like, no, boom, boom. They made an accommodation, and that wasn't good enough. It's
Right.
like
So
what
that's
now
the
you're
point I'm
trying to
making.
start a problem. You're
That's
starting
the point I'm
you
making.
start a problem, and you're making this a bigger deal than it was. We've been in the school. You know, the school has been around for many years, and this has never happened until now. You're the issue that you're not following society's rules and regulations. You're trying to change society, and guess what? Massapequa, the society is pretty freaking good, and everyone in it is happy except for this one student. And I don't even know if the student is because they didn't go to the hearing and they didn't get up and speak. Their parents didn't get up and speak. It was the NYCLU and the LGBTQ
Right.
plus community came to support somebody that didn't want to come and support themselves. The girls
Right.
were there themselves. The students that said, I feel uncomfortable. I don't want this person in my bathroom. The parents said, my kids come here. They don't feel uncomfortable. They don't want, and the one side was represented by the cloth of the
Right.
community, and the other side was represented by freaking like you
And it-
like
An agenda.
Well,
they were mentally ill people.
Well,
There was
I'd say like the little girl who didn't show up to the meeting, like you know, and everyone's fighting over her, like whatever. Like, I mean, I would understand why she didn't come, or her parents, just because like they're scared. Like it was a
Scared of-
very vitriolic, or like, you know, like it
So who
seemed like
called-
very
so who called
aggressive,
all those
like
who called all
environment.
those-
So like you know, if I'm a parent, I would feel like I would be scared to have my daughter there or whatever. Like I wouldn't want to expose them to that. It's
But
scary
let
to
me,
them.
but you put then as a parent, you put that girl, your own daughter, in a predicament where she is to be scared,
Yeah.
right? If you're demanding
How
that,
Well,
soft are
for
you
the
that you
for
can't
the
just the kid
if you're
has to listen. You got to put on your freaking if you're now you're a boy, put on your boy pants, get up there, speak, and tell us
well,
why you want to be, or you're a girl now. Put
mhm.
on your girl pants, get up there.
Very
You
nice, very
gotta you
nice.
gotta freaking grow. You gotta grow up. You gotta get up
So
there and because this is big.
you know,
Who's gonna
I think
and the parents should have got up. The
I,
parents
right.
should have
I
got up.
think I think to like call them scared or
Well,
I
well,
think
you
this
did.
is
You called them
like we
scared.
were talking the other day about like legacy and all that stuff. This fight is so much bigger than just this school district or whatever, because like I mean you see it, it's like okay, it went to the Supreme Court. um I don't think laws in America are like just because something's a law doesn't mean it's like morally right or anything like that. Like we had the worst laws back in the day, like you know, like
But
whatever
we
civil
changed
rights.
them.
Such a great example of something
We
that already
changed it though.
happened in America. Like just because it's a law doesn't mean it's morally right or like the right thing to do. But you know, like to be like, hey, why didn't that person come up, or like, oh, that person's like pussy for not coming to the
Well,
thing.
you
I
tell
think
you what. You
like
don't think Rosa
just doing
Parks? Let's
this is
hold on.
like to take it to this level is kind of brave, because I don't think I would be able to
No.
do that. Like if I was a trans person,
But I
I
don't
don't
know if
think I
they're
would be
taking
able
it to the
to.
level. I don't think
Let's
they're
go.
taking it
Who's
to
Let's
the
doing it
level.
then?
This
Like I
is
mean, if
why CLU
right.
and the LGBTQ, who's not even in the big, and they're all play the video. Pull up
which
the
video?
video.
Which video?
Pull up the video of no time. The guy's got no time.
Okay,
We're pulling
cool.
up this video. This is a mentally disturbed person. This person
This one?
went to go. Yeah. This look at this. This person went.
I got one thing. Wait,
conversation with you.
wait. I got one thing.
I really want to have
No,
a
no, no,
serious
serious.
conversation.
This is serious. Free Gaza, free Palestine.
I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm
that,
with the Long Island.
So
yeah,
That's
that
the
guy's a
people
jerk
that are
off.
representing
That guy's
the
a jerk off.
LGBTQ plus.
Hey Al,
Jerk
that
off.
kid needs to be locked in the closet in 5th grade.
He should have been locked in the closet in 5th grade, 100%. If that
Right.
guy's locked in the closet, 100%. If that guy had ever been in a fight before, he
Oh,
would have never
never,
talked to me that way.
never.
He's clueless. That guy's clueless in life.
Right.
And
And
that's
so is his
that's
parents.
and that's the one side. He refused to talk,
Right.
just like the parents of the LGBTQ plus student, this trans student, that they're refusing to talk.
But
I
you
haven't
want?
heard.
Let me go on to what we said before. You talk about bravery, right? You know, so you want to always go back to the civil rights, right? See Rosa Parks?
yeah.
She bravely and deliberately went on the bus and sat in the front, right?
Hmm.
Knowing she could have been one, beaten, somebody would have beat her, which thankfully didn't happen. Two, she got arrested, right? And bravely the girls back in the day going to school by themselves. If this
Hmm.
person really wanted to stand up for their rights, like Rosa Parks did and Martin Luther King
Hmm.
and all of these people, right? They would have bravely, the parents would have bravely took their daughter or son, whatever you want to call her, up to the school board and say, hey, this is my daughter. She got my son. He identifies as a woman now, and fight for their right. They would, and for them to use the excuse, oh, I'm afraid, that's bullshit. Because tell me who would have beat that? Yes, they might have got yelled at and stuff, but we never lived, believe me, none of us never lived in that time. And I always sort of paraphrase, all Dr. King wanted to do was have black people drink out of the same water fountain. And I know that's not, we know it's more than that. This
Yeah.
is not even the case. So you talk about laws, right? So we changed civil rights laws, which we really didn't change the law. The law said all men was created equal. We had to come up with the Civil Rights Act and said, okay, now black kids can go to school, black people could eat in a restaurant, all this other stuff, right? And they made an arrangement. They said, okay, we'll build this partition or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what was set out, or we'll build this little facility. Now this is where you go. It like I don't see what the problem is. If you have a problem with that particular thing, then you just have a problem in itself, and you want to be noticed. You want to make a point, and then when you come here and bring outsiders, whoever they were, LBGT, LMNOP, all these people come with their flags and the idiot with the towel on his head. See, that's the problem. The kid was never hit by his mother. The kid was never beat up in the park because he didn't go on the right monkey bars. The kid that get locked in the closet, right? And these are the things, right? And I know you were brought up with values and morals because you're sitting here talking like a gentleman and you followed rules. Of course, we know all the rules aren't right. We also know, listen, I was more defiant than anybody back in the day. But when I got
Mhm.
out of line, I was straightened out. And I don't mean always hit, right? In school, right? You got straightened out. I got, like I said, detention. I had to do this. I graffitied on a bathroom wall. You know what I had to do the whole summer? I had to come to school every day and paint the school, right? And my father had
That's
to buy.
crazy.
I'm just trying to tell you, this is the way. Ask your
Yeah.
fathers. Al, ask your father. Why do you think you turned out? What, your father was easy on you, Al?
He tells me all the time. He used to go.
Exactly.
The
Right.
nuns would hit him with the ruler and pull his
Exactly.
hair, and
Right. And
he
look at your father, a role model for children, for young men.
and
Your
he would
father.
do. He told me a little, like towards the beginning of his career as a teacher. He did some things that probably wouldn't be. I think some
Never.
kid was
Right.
chewing bubble gum in the class, right?
Mhm.
In phys ed class. You're not allowed to chew bubble gum in the class.
No.
So you put him in the
He
closet.
told the kid, "You got to take the gum out of your mouth and you got to wear it on your nose
Yes.
for the rest of the class."
And that's how they did it.
And nowadays, if that kid, if a phys ed teacher does that, they lose their
Oh,
job.
that's
They're
it.
gone.
It's over.
Al, let me tell you, let me finish the story about the closet. And I say this in my comedy, which is true, but I embellish it a little bit.
Oh, you should shout the comedy special after
Yeah,
the.
definitely.
Well,
Tell
yeah,
us
yeah.
the story, and then we're gonna.
So this is the
Yeah.
God's honest truth. So by the third day, I don't know if you know, we in schools in the city they used to sell pretzels for a nickel. I started eating the pretzels after the second day, so I got in trouble for that, right?
Wait, you're
So
in
now
the closet for 3 days?
I was every day. Teacher put me in the. I could not sit with the kids. She didn't want me sitting with the kids, right? This guy don't believe it. So I started eating the pretzels. So now I get in trouble for that. Now my father's got to come up and pay for the pretzels, right? So this is the truth now, right? My father's in the principal office and he goes like this to the principal. He's got a cigarette in his mouth. He goes like this. Let me ask you a question. He goes, would you put him in a closet where he could eat things? Next time, put him in a broom closet.
That was the other thing. 100%. Parents back in the day
He's
used to
laughing.
side with the teacher.
Yo, that's.
The parents used to side with the teachers and discipline the kids. Now, God forbid, a teacher tries to discipline a kid. The parents are going, "How dare you? How dare you put him in the closet?" It's your kid, was acting out.
I mean, I'd feel weird if somebody like if I had a kid, I'd imagine, and like some person I barely know is like, I don't know, disciplining my kid. I guess it depends how you discipline the kids, because like I don't know. I don't have a kid. I don't know how like sensitive I'd be to it or whatever, but like I don't know if I would be cool with like somebody locking my child in a closet
Yeah, no,
without
absolutely.
I
Listen,
don't know. I don't know.
no, if that happened to my kid, believe me, I'd go up there and stick a
Yeah.
stink. But my kids, and Al knows my kids, they went to the same school as Al. My son's got in trouble. I didn't go there and say, "What? Oh no, not my son." You know, uh, I made sure that my son not only felt the wrath, whatever stupid little
Yeah.
punishment they gave at Wanta High School, but they
Mhm.
felt the wrath from me. You know,
Mm.
you ain't gonna go to school and act like a jerk off. You're gonna go to school. I don't care, because the teacher don't really care about you. 99% out of the teachers, like I always tell them, I went to school from kindergarten to high school. I had 3 teachers ever made a difference in my life, right? You think most of the teachers care about you? No, they're just getting a paycheck. They don't care.
Yeah.
And I used to make sure that my sons don't give them the benefit of the doubt. Go to school, listen to their stupid rules. You know, like Al said, you can't chew gum, whatever. And that's a stupid rule, right? We know that. Why can't you chew gum? But back in 1970, you couldn't chew gum in class. That's it. Plain and
Mhm.
simple. You know. But there has to be rules and regulations in society. And I'm not talking about physical discipline, right? You played sports in school, but you guys are the last, right? You did something wrong. The coach punished you. How did he punish you? Push-ups. You run a lap. He didn't hit
Mhm.
you. He didn't do any of that. But
Yeah.
you know, You're disciplined, right? You're UFC fighters. You have to have discipline. You have to, you know, you're not going to go into a fight and just go and put brass knuckles on and fight the guy, right? The rules and disciplines. What's to stop somebody from doing that, right? You know, or right? They tell you can't take certain kind of supplements, enhancements, right? Those are rules and regulations which people abide by, except for the ones who don't. And what happens? They get caught, they get in trouble, and everything's over.
Pete, this has been awesome, man.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks,
Let's
dude.
plug.
Yeah, what's
Next
your show?
comedy show.
So October 31st, Halloween night, I'll be at Governor's Giggle Room. If you want to come, you get tickets. Governor's, you go on the website, governors.com. I'm also going to be on the Tony Walker podcast on Friday for Halloween. We're going to have some fun there. And I want to thank you guys for having me on and let me speak my point of view, guys. You did it was a great show. Thank you.
Hey, one thing before you go. I just want to say, like, I think it's really important for you to, like, you know, you're voicing these opinions and stuff, but I think it's very important for you to, like, be clear that you don't have, like, a problem with trans or gay people.
Yeah, well,
And
people who
I
know
think that's
me know
important
that.
that you said
Yeah.
that.
But people who
And,
know
like,
me though, they know who I am. They know what kind of person I am.
yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Again, I don't judge people. The only thing you got to worry about what can happen, what the possibilities of when you start allowing things like this, right? Can't do it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the transgender can't go to school or whatever. They want to do it, fine.
All right.
October 31st.
October 31st. Governors.
Halloween, Governors Comedy Club. Governors is in
Levittown.
Yeah.
Right behind
Long
Division
Island.
High School.
Pete Brazili.
Thanks,
live
guys.
from Governors.
All right. Take care, Pete.
Thank you,
Peace.
guys.
All right. Wow. That was crazy.
Yeah, he brought up a lot of good points.
I like to hear about, like, what local Long Islanders think and, like, what their biggest concerns are. So, like, I think I have to come up with, like, a more, how do I say this, like, connecting, like a more digestible rebuttal to, like, okay, like, you're scared that perverts are gonna come in and record your daughter or whatever. Like, I think there's a way for me to, like, respond to that where it, like, shows that, oh, hey, like, what you're talking about isn't, like, trans people. What you're talking about is, like, a mentally ill, like, mental illness, like, like, that's a different thing than just being gay and feeling like you should be like a girl or whatever. Like, that's a
I think I understand. I think he understood where you're coming from.
yeah. I mean, he was
anyone
really
could do-
receptive
anyone
to
could do anything. You know
yeah.
what I mean, like, you could get a girl that's perverted and do something to a girl. It's,
Mhm.
You know, that can happen.
Yeah.
I don't think that shouldn't be the reason that they should be using.
But if
gay
that's
or
your
male.
biggest, if your biggest
No, I don't think
concern,
that's the biggest concern.
well,
I think
if that's
people-
one of your biggest concerns, it is one of the biggest concerns because that's what I hear consistently throughout. Like, anytime I have this conversation, that
Yeah.
kind of gets brought up,
So maybe
whether in the
that's my
beginning or the
least-
end.
maybe
So
that's my
okay.
least, that's my least
Yeah, for
biggest worry.
I
It's
would
more
yeah,
about really just like the optics of like the
what it looks like.
yeah, it's like, you know,
What is wrong with the optics of it? Like, what
it's
does it
just
look like? It looks
you're
like we're
not
being
following
inclusive.
you're
Like, it
not
looks like we're being
following the
nice.
rules. I think if it was I don't think
Dude, I've heard you say rules so many times. Like, I didn't know. Like, it feels like
I got my ass handed to me through my lifetime for not following rules. If I'm gonna follow rules, everybody's following rules.
yeah,
what
right. Bro, for Americans who, like, yo, our fucking history is like revolution and, like, I like changing society and stuff like that. I hear a lot of motherfuckers talking about, yo, the rules. Like, I don't know, like, just coming from such a, like, we have such a revolutionary background here in America. Like, it feels right that our laws are always changing with society. It feels right, like, that we're always trying to make society better and progress to, like, a more inclusive society. I just feel like, and this is like the bigger picture, I feel like these things are really politicized. It's dividing a lot of us, and, like, the healthiest thing I think we could do for the nation is to, like, talk like this. And, like, I think that this kind of communication between me and you and the people who call in is super important to, like, just show that people can have a conversation, because I feel like people don't even know how to do this. This is probably blowing people's minds that I'm sitting next to you and you're not freaking out at me that I'm saying like, hey, like, treat them like, or whatever I'm saying. Like, I feel like just having these conversations is super important.
I think social media blows it out of proportion.
Yeah.
Like those kids, the one with the towel and the flag, he was acting like something he's seen on Instagram. Like that was not
like a template as to what he saw this and he copied it.
That's something with like.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a real response. It seems like something like that, like.
But that's kind of like my issue with the that side. They're not willing to talk. I think.
Well, I think that's both sides. So like the extremes on both sides, because I can't have. Like, if Pete was super right wing, I don't think he would even listen to the things that I would say about like stuff like this. Like,
I don't know about that.
I think it's definitely both sides.
Being able to talk, I think if I reached out to 10 people that you would say are right leaning and 10 people that you would say were left leaning, like I did, I messaged people on Instagram. Now, granted, I know Pete better than I know these people.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't responded. They haven't said that they wanted to come on. I feel like the the right wing might be way more apt, and it was proven that night. I mean, listen, the Kai talked.
Oh, Ty. Yeah.
Ty, was willing to talk.
Ty rules.
Definitely, nice person.
Mm-hmm.
I think very confused in a lot of ways. I don't think that's a model citizen in the United States.
But why? What do they do?
I don't think that person's contributing to society.
But you don't know anything about them.
I think I found it all out. I found out as much as I need to find out in a short conversation. Oh, this person's really kind of not. I don't think that person is going to do in a strong society, in a society that's a successful, peaceful society.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that person is going to really succeed.
I look at a person like that and I'm like, wow, they're super empathetic towards like people's issues. Like, and again, they said like, wherever I'm needed for my people, like I'll go and I'll show up for them.
Because you got nothing to do.
Maybe I don't know, but we again, we don't know that. Like maybe that person is like filthy rich. Maybe they're like a trust fund baby, or maybe they got like crazy. Maybe they blew up and they have like a really successful business. I think a lot of like the problem is people just project things onto other people because you don't know that person. Like even if we scraped all their socials, we just don't know anything about that person. We know how they presented themselves that night, and I think they were super gracious and like talking to us. And you present like super right leaning. I feel like just like if somebody was to just like profile you, they would be like, oh, that guy's probably a conservative, like that guy. So like I could understand the apprehension of like some left-wing people being like, yo, I don't want to go on there and then potentially just get yelled at or embarrassed in front of people because like it's just going to be like a gotcha moment. So I could understand why people are like on the left are a little more apprehensive because like, we're fucking MAGA Pequa. Like, it's just like, it's hard to have conversations about topics like this with different political sides. And like, I think if this was like a more left presenting.
Why do I present more right wing?
I think in the same way you like,
just like
just like the same
going up to ask somebody to talk. Let's talk about how do you know that I'm not
They don't, and I think it's projection on both sides because they're just scared of you. They're scared of. I feel like people like that are kind of like what do you call it? Like for lack of a better word, like traumatized from like
from they're traumatized from not getting put in the closet, from not getting those people haven't gotten beat up enough. Those people haven't gone through life. They think life is so easy.
But how is it?
It's not easy.
I don't think it's like easy existence to live as a trans person. I don't think it's easy. I think it's easier to like
got them there in the first place.
Their urge to feel like themselves.
I don't think anybody really feels like.
You don't think anybody's really trans?
No, I do.
So, like, I think the urge to feel like yourself.
You're not a communist. You're not like. What makes you think you grew up in the United States of America?
Uh-huh.
Ty, you grew up in the United States of America. it's not communist. You grew up in Copenhagen.
Hmm.
You have no idea what communism is. You can't say I'm a communist. You're not a communist. If you're a communist, go live in a communist country and you could do what you could abide by communist rules, and let's see how that turns out. I'm a Marxist, I'm a communist. How are you a Marxist and a communist live in Copenhagen?
Well, it's just like a political ideology. You could believe in those things and call yourself like, "Hey, I'm a communist." I'm like you're a like what would you call yourself? Like would you like have you given that any thought?
I'm
Like,
an
oh,
American.
I'm
I
gonna.
follow the Constitution of the United States. I abide by the laws that govern this place, the founding fathers that wrote them, and the people that died to give me the freedom that people in communist countries haven't died and given them the freedom to live the way they're living. So if you want to live, if you want to say I'm a Marxist communist, then get the fuck out. Go somewhere, because we're not that. And we're not going to become that, because if we do become that, Ty is going to be freaking in big trouble.
Well, I think that it just speaks to how they feel, where it's like, oh, like I feel so fucked up in this political environment that I think like changing from being a democratic republic to communism would be better for all of us. Like, because they've become so radicalized from living in America that they're like, yo, the only solution is like to each their own. Like, I forgot what the communist saying is, like, to each their own, to their own ability, something like that. Like, I think like I feel bad for Ty when I hear that they're like, well, I feel bad for them because like they've been radicalized to an extreme that they believe like communism is like what is going to be the answer to them. But like I look at somebody like that and I'm like, damn, like our society failed you so much that you feel like this is what you have, that like this is what you have to believe in order for you to feel like better about our society. I feel like we kind of failed them as a people.
Who's failed a person like Ty?
Well, I don't know, like their community. Like if they had the community support and the social like I don't know, structure to like live normally, like I think why the fuck would they complain? They're complaining cuz it's like something about living in this society radicalized them, and whether it's like the cost of living right now, whether it's like how hard it is to get healthcare, there's so many things in the society that I could see radicalizing people. Like, yo, like the other day, what Luigi Mangione just shot somebody in the head because it was like he's a healthcare CEO because of the state of our healthcare. So like I could understand why somebody would become radicalized in our society to like think like, oh, like this is the only way to make things better. Like I feel bad for that person. I feel bad that they even have to like think like that. Like they're like, yo, we have to change society at its base because something's wrong here. And it's not just her. I guarantee you there's people who aren't trans or whatever who like, oh, like communism is the way, whatever, or whatever other political ideology it is. But like I look at those people and I'm like, damn, like how did we fail you as a society? What is it, the ideas that you're bringing in that you feel like would make us a better society, and why is it that you think that? I'm not going to just be like communism, like they said in the interview, they're like it's such a triggering word. But so like I think, if we dove a little deeper into what it is about communism that you think would make us a better society, I think we would be able to come to a better understanding, because like those words are like they're really triggering for people like you. Like you're like, yo, like what the fuck, like you want to go somewhere else. Like I think we should look at what it is they think would become better if we're communists. Like she was saying that it was that you treat people more equally. So kind of like at the end of the day, I think that's really what they're starving for. They're just starving for equality.
Well, if you want equality, Ty, you're gonna have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You're gonna have to go to work out. You're gonna have to go to school. You're gonna have to get an education. I didn't ask probably enough questions, but
It's hard
I
to
can
out
just
there.
I can that you can't just you can't ask for just equality. It's not just everyone can't be equal. If everyone's just equal, then it's a failing society. It's not going to work. It doesn't work. You got to the people that contribute to society succeed, survive, and unfortunately, the people that don't, they get weeded out. They get weeded out. They're that person is not going to recreate, most likely.
Procreate, yeah.
They're not going to procreate, and that's nature weeding them out of society. The people that,
But they can contribute to society without reproducing. Like they can be a good person and still not they could be a very functioning member of society and
that's
not
true, but
like
is that person? Are they?
I don't know.
Is
I mean,
Ty doing that?
I don't know. I don't know anything about them. So
Okay.
I can't tell you
Well,
yes or no.
You know, we can't go back now. If we could ask more questions.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we can use that person as a the like a character,
Or like an example.
Yeah, like an example of how people are acting, or how individuals fit within a society, whether it's to help society, whether it's to grow society, or whether it's to be an outlier that's, rather than helping society, an outlier that's kind of diminishing society. Like calling for communism in when you've been raised this way, it's like, I think Ty is now figuring out that, oh, I don't really fit in here. I haven't done. I'm now, I don't know, in my 20s, in my 30s, and I haven't worked. I haven't done.
But you don't know that.
I know that. I know it.
No, you don't know that.
I know it 100%.
We don't. We that was the first.
All the freaking protests. I'm sure.
Yo, Ty probably makes the best cup of coffee you've ever tasted. He's probably like the nastiest barista.
But without a coffee shop, they're the best barista.
But we don't know that. What if he does have a coffee? I'm just saying, like, you're kind of walking into like a trap where you're like saying these things, but you don't know the person, and then they could be like some super success. Like, okay, maybe chances are maybe they're not, because like everyone in America right now is fucked up. Like, there's like the majority of people we're kind of like the cost of living so high, we're kind of fucking up right now. Like like I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have anything going on, but that's like a lot of Americans, man. Like it might not be as bad here in like Long Island, but like I have homies in Queens where it's like really hard, man. Like it's like hard to live. You got to live with like 5 other motherfuckers just to survive.
If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. New York, right?
Yeah.
That's why we love New York. It can't be equal for everybody. You gotta freaking work your ass off. Now, listen. Unfortunately, some people are born into circumstances that are not favorable.
Yeah.
You start here. The great thing about America is you can grind for 5 years, for 10 years, and then one day, boom, you're a billionaire. You can go from being the bottom to being the top overnight. And that's not how, I don't think that's happening in communism. It puts it in your control. If you're unhappy in communism, you're going to be unhappy forever. If you're unhappy in the United States of America with your situation, you can move. You can quit your job. You can start a business. You can do a million different things to accelerate from where you started. Unfortunately, maybe you started with a rough hand. And overnight, in essence, with hard work, maybe years of hard work, or maybe some people just make one TikTok video but the United States of America is where you can achieve the American dream. I've seen people come here from other countries and they thank God they're in America. They say, thank God I'm here in America. Thank God that the people of America have created, the people that fought for our country, and they work and they grind and they make big money and they're happy. They create a good family. and it's doable. I felt like giving Ty a hug and saying, "Listen, it's all right. You can still do this. You can still live the American
I
dream."
love that you wanted to give Ty that's really nice, and like that's really nice. But like yo, like there's people come to America and they're like, yo, this shit sucks. Everybody just works. Like I could be in Greece right now just making like 30K a year and chilling on the fucking chilling in the sea, you know? Like so like it's like yeah, yeah, like in America you can make it. I think with the internet now you can make it anywhere because it's like we're all kind of like connected and stuff. And I mean like you know, people like to shit on communism or whatever, but like look at who's our biggest op right now. It's China. China's outproducing us. China's like our biggest competitor and they're communist, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. But so it feels like there is successful ways to do it. They're an economic powerhouse, and although I don't agree like with the cultural revolution where they killed like 1 million people in order to fucking do it, but like there are some ways that communism could be better than America. Industrially, it's better than us. Like look, they manufacture way more than us and they have like we're like crazy in debt. They're actually minimizing their debt. So like for like we had a comment over here go there's nothing you could say that would convince anybody with 2 brain cells to rub together that communism is better than capitalism. Well, just if I'm just okay like in any way okay like China has a better economy than us. So that's undeniable there. Like they're actually making money. We don't make money. Like we just kind of increase the debt ceiling in America. We like that's why the government's shut down right now. Like is China's government shut down right now? No. Like they're like communism kind of has like a chokehold on society. I don't completely agree with communism, but I see like oh hey like they're economically so much better than us right now. So they did something right. I don't know exactly the details of it, but and you know, I'd love to talk to somebody who could educate me a little more, but like but yeah, it's you see his comment.
Can't go to Greece. Listen, yeah, I mean, I've been to Italy. I've been to I've been to most parts of the world.
Sick.
Australia, Canada.
Have you gone to Abu Dhabi?
Listen, you want to been to Abu Dhabi?
Whoo!
Abu Dhabi, Dubai. They follow rules there.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
don't-
yeah.
I don't know. But I always come back to the United States of America, and obviously this is where I was born. This is where I
Mhm.
grew up. But I got beat up in Canada. Try going to Universal Healthcare. Try getting a doctor's appointment. Try going to the emergency room. See what happens.
I have no idea what that's like in
You
Canada.
Wait and you wait and you wait. And you're there. I was in the hospital. If I was in the UFC and I was in the United States of America, I get taken to the emergency room.
Like immediately seen.
Immediately seen.
Yeah.
Get taken care of. Boom. In Canada, you're waiting. You don't know what's going on. It's like I sat in a room for like I don't even know how many hours like this, just in agonizing pain.
Oh
like,
shit, that sucks.
my shin was freaking craw. My hand, my nose. I had a broken orbital bone. Yeah, man. You don't want to be. You go overseas.
Well, you know, we do have like healthcare that is like it's already kind of like that where it's free because like I have free healthcare. I have free Medicare, Medicaid, or whatever the fuck it's called, and I know a bunch of MMA fighters and jiu-jitsu people who have that, and like that is like what is that is free healthcare for me, and my free healthcare is fucking amazing. So why can't everyone have this? Like there should be a way where we can still have this level of care and still like and have it be free because look, it's already happening in New York. It's happening. I have free healthcare. In other states it's happening. They have free healthcare. I don't pay a fucking copay. So it breaks my heart when I hear somebody like you or like my friends who are talking about, yo, I got to pay $1,500 a month for fucking insurance and my premium or my deductible. Like, I got to pay a crazy copay when I go to the fucking doctor. Like, I don't got to do none of that shit. That shit breaks my heart that you guys have to do that. But that's why I pay
How do
taxes.
you have the healthcare?
When you in New York State, when you're making a certain amount of money on the books, they give you free healthcare. So, and I don't even think like I believe it's like anything under 80 or 100,000 you get like subsidized. It's like cheaper or whatever. But if you're making like under like 60K on the books, like you get like completely free healthcare. So I mean, there's people who could just live off their business and on the books they have no money, right? Like it's like, oh, okay, it's all happening through my LLC. I just pay myself a little bit out of that, live off the company credit card, and then I get free health insurance. So why can't we
Working
do?
the system.
Well, I mean, working the system, it's the system that
The
you gave
people
us.
that have a business,
Yeah.
but then they use everything through their business. They show no income, but then they get free
Yes, yeah. So if that's so, like, let's say, like, okay, somebody's doing that, they're getting free healthcare. It's working. It's like the same thing where like you'll have a billionaire avoid all the taxes. Like they're just working within the system that we created.
Yeah.
So when I see somebody who has to pay healthcare, that shit breaks my heart because I'm like, yo, I think healthcare is a right. I think you have the right to live as like if we can help you, we should help you. Like if you have a broken orbital or something, I don't think you should be like, damn, like I gotta wait until my insurance kicks in. I have one of my boys, he can't walk right now. His meniscus is fucked up. He just fucked it up. It's been locked for 4 days. He can't walk. And he's like, I gotta wait until the 1st because my insurance kicks in. Like, don't you think that's like fucked up? Like, I wouldn't want that on anybody. I wouldn't want that on my worst enemy. Like, bro, you imagine having to sit with a broken
I don't
orbital
feel
because you don't
bad.
have money.
I don't feel bad. I think because I've been through situations where I didn't have health care or I had an injury and I had to figure it out.
But wouldn't life be better if you didn't have to worry about that and you could have worried about other things? Like you could worry about like maybe like
But not really, because I figured it out, and I think it accelerated me to another level. Whereas if I just, maybe not.
maybe you could have never figured it out, bro. That's like that's also like
the thing,
a
dude.
kiss of luck that you had, bro. Because it's like, what if like everything in this life is a little bit of luck? Like there's a little bit of luck in everything we do. Because it's like, it's like opportunity meets preparation along with a little bit of luck. That's usually how everything happens. Because it's like, it's lucky that we reconnected. It's lucky that like everything happened the way it did. Like it's not it's not like I planned this 30 years ago or anything like that. So I think that like, yeah, it's like you figured it out, but in another multiverse, in another universe, in another whatever, like that Al didn't figure it out, and that Al was struggling, and that Al could have used his brain power for something else other than how am I going to pay for my fucking medical insurance? Like that kills me, bro.
I think the trials and tribulations are what make people great.
You could have other trials. You could have other tribulations.
I could have very easily, said, "Oh, I'm not going to fight anymore. They won't give me the surgery." I fought. I got the surgery. I got it paid for. I figured it out. I made a comeback. The doctor said I wasn't going to come back from fighting. I came back. I fought the next fight. I fought Diego Sanchez. And then I had the best fights of my career. And I wasn't going to let them stop me. And I think if it was me that said, they're not giving me the surgery, I don't have the money to pay for it, I'm going to just go do something else. Not as good, not as great, not as great of a story, not as like that person is not going to contribute to society as much as I think I could have. And I think I could have contributed more. But I think a person that gets injured, doesn't have the health insurance, doesn't have the money. Like that person, they're saying they have until they can't get health
until the 1st.
Until the 1st. Well, you fucking have 2 weeks to fucking go crazy and do something so that when you can get healthy, you're ready to go. But if you're just sitting there in bed and you're going, I can't do anything until the 1st. No, You gotta fucking get up. You gotta do something because life's not all freaking. It's not easy. You gotta go. You gotta figure it out, bro. You gotta figure out how to make it happen. And those are the people that are gonna contribute to society and help, and then the people that just wither away with hardship.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's gonna, and then we make everything fair and easy for the people that didn't work hard,
Mm-hmm.
and then we got a bunch of people that, those people then
Oh, let me just address the chat real quick because they're saying Al's boy is flagrantly cheating the system.
Listen, I'm
Cheating, like you don't pay because everyone else does. Dude, I pay taxes on everything. I pay taxes for my business. I pay taxes for all the sales I make on Ford Stringers. I pay taxes whenever I go out to eat or anytime I go and I buy something, there's a sales tax, right? Same way that like if an immigrant goes out and buys something, there's sales tax. Like immigrants are paying like if you look at the stats on like how much illegal immigrants pay taxes, like it's insane because we tax everything in America. Like the tax is built into our society. So for people to be like, oh, illegal immigrants don't pay taxes, they do. They pay actually a lot of fucking taxes in America. Like, and it's not in ways that you'd like it would come like, oh, like naturally to your brain where it's like, oh, like I didn't even think about the sales tax. I didn't even think about like all the tolls and everything they have to pay. Like they're still functioning in our society. And like, so
we're getting off into a whole other
yeah, but just for these guys who are like in the what do you call it? He's soft in the head. Yeah, so I mean I'm just saying like just to address the chat real quick, like yo, like I pay taxes. Like and to be like I'm cheating the system or whatever. So fix the fucking system. It's not my fault. Like I'm just living in this society. I'm trying to survive, bro. Like you're not paying my shit. I'm taking like in the same way like you have all these billionaires like moving their money so they're not getting taxed or whatever. Like those motherfuckers are paying less taxes than me. And you're going to tell me like, "Oh, like you're cheating the system?" Well, oh, okay, like, but there are people who literally have all their money and like, or like they'll live in Texas where they don't get income tax. And then there's so many ways to avoid taxes as a rich person in America that like, to be like, yo, you're taking advantage of the system or whatever. No. I'm just using what systems are in place in our society to survive. Those people who are like, those people are cheating the system way more than I am. Like, or like if you want to consider it cheating the system, they're just operating within our society. What?
Well, maybe it's not my goal, but it would be nice
What is it?
to be a billionaire, create hundreds, thousands of jobs, people that pay taxes, create these jobs and income and sustainability for culture, and I maybe find my way. I'm powerful, smart enough to get around the tax. That's again the American dream. That's you can be somebody that's started here, and overnight you're a billionaire that's figured out how to game the system. That's I think that's part of America. But listen, obviously they should kind of there are people that overstep the boundaries and they should be paying taxes and they should they're politically connected and maybe a little corrupt and that gets them and that's not right. So that there's always stuff to work on.
Yeah.
There's always stuff to work on, but the opportunity is there. The opportunity is there 100%.
Are you good? We're supposed to be having another guest calling at 8:30. I'm not sure if they're.
We'll see if they do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, cool. The guy in the chat, fair, but still, I don't think, but still is not a good response to like. That's not how you continue a conversation. Like, I think like if you're just saying like fair and like okay, like, but like what is the but still like what is there another?
Put the link into the chat to have people call in.
Yeah, we can. Hold on, let me.
We're gonna put the link.
Yeah, if anybody wants to.
We got about a half an hour left here of the show.
Yeah, if anybody wants to join,
calling in. If somebody wants to hop on,
there I posted the StreamYard link in the chat. If anybody wants to join in, don't say anything too crazy.
The Long Island IQ
Long Island
Morning
IQ.
Show here live from the epicenter of Long Island, Wantagh, New York, the gateway to
Wantagh
Jones Beach.
Oh, JR, let's go.
It's
JR's
been-
going to come in.
It's been a crazy week here on Long Island.
Mhm.
Massapequa High School gaining national exposure when New York State, the state of New York, and Kathy Hochul,
Hochul? Hochul? I think it's Hochul.
she said, no, Massapequa, you cannot ban transgenders in the bathroom of their identity, or no, of their gender, birth gender.
Mhm.
You cannot ban them. You cannot force them to use either or bathroom.
Mhm.
We're just going to make it. And the whole, so, Ty,
My best friend.
gender fluid.
Yeah. So sometimes they feel like a man. Sometimes they
What
feel like
the
a she
fuck
or a
is that?
girl.
You feel too much shit.
James,
There's too much feeling. You
There's
can't
too much
feel-
feel-
You gotta get.
you got to get in the closet.
go run a 5K.
Get
Go run,
Go run a 5K
go run
slowly.
3.1 miles right now and tell me how you feel. Ty.
Go run a
You're gonna
5K slow.
Feel like a girl or a boy, guaranteed. Go
All
run a
right, we got
5K.
James. We got James. We're gonna bring James in the chat. All right. Hey, what's up, James?
Welcome,
JR.
JR,
Yo,
What's
what
up?
up? Can y'all hear me?
on
Can
the
y'all hear me?
Long Island IQ. What's
One
up,
second.
brother?
Let's see if we can hear him. Say something, James.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
True. All right, what's up, boys? How you doing?
What's up?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I haven't heard Rage Now for a long time. I'm a mechanic. I live here in North Carolina. I work at a Porsche dealership.
Cool. Wow,
True.
North Carolina. Let's go. Thanks for tuning in.
Putting Long Island on the map.
Let's go. But yeah, man, I was spamming y'all in the chat a little bit about the taxes. But
No, that's great.
yeah, man. My thing I would say is like
Can we
I get
see
what
you?
you're
Yeah,
saying.
can you point the
about, like,
camera to your face?
Oh, can
Yeah,
you got
just
me?
keep it there. That's
Can
fine.
you see me now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just like put it on
So,
like,
like,
the table so that it's looking at you.
I feel you, bro. Let me try this.
Thanks.
How's that? Is it figuring it out?
That's perfect.
All right, yeah. So what I would say is, like for my paycheck, like when you're talking about like paying tolls, paying sales tax, and all that, like I get
Mhm.
that, and that is fair. But like I also pay that, and in addition to that, 1/3 of every paycheck, because I dealership throws me a check, and then they take the taxes before I even have a
Mhm.
chance to do any shit. So 1/3
Yeah.
of that goes to taxes too. My tax return, I get back maybe $1,000 at the end of the year if I'm lucky. So, in addition to that, I'm also paying 1/3 of my check. So, you know what I mean? Like it's yes and no. That's what I meant. Like fair, but still, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to
Yeah. I
just
could understand that.
yeah. So it is what
Think-
it is. But
That's like I don't know. Like, would you feel better knowing where your taxes went and they were like improving
Oh, for sure.
society?
For sure, man. Yeah. I'm like I do like environmental like volunteer stuff, so I'm kind of all over the place politically. So I get it. I try to be altruistic too, and I get it, man. People are down on their luck. People need help, but you know what
Yeah.
I mean. It's a tough game. It's a tough game. So it's tough to know how to feel it, but basically where I'm at with it. But I got a question for Al.
Shoot.
Al, you hear me? All right. So look, bro, I'm trying to buy a house. I'm thinking I'm going to buy one.
Let's go.
I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina. So the market's kind of crazy right now. A lot of people are moving down here. There's a lot of stuff on the market that's sort of sitting, but it's way too high priced. When do you think the time to buy is? I know stuff's going to pop off in like spring, but when would you say? What if you were guessing a month? If you know anything about the market down here, when's the best month to buy coming up? 2026.
So I always like to say there's always a deal to be found. There's never a good time, just a good deal.
Mm,
So
True. Okay.
Fire.
typically, I think that between Thanksgiving and New Year's, things kind of like die down. But I
Okay.
think it depends on what your goals are as far as what you want to buy is finding a deal. There's always a good deal, whether you have to get out there and find a house that might not be on the market, If it is on the market, a lot of times a house that's listed and the price is just too high might price people out of the market. People will forget about it. They're just looking at it. It's been on the market for 150, 200 days, and people, they just write it off. You come in with an offer 150, 200 under asking price or whatever it is, a reasonable asking price, and then the people maybe down the line they get serious and they're like, oh shit, now I really have to sell. I had my house overpriced forever, but we do have James' offer here, and it is the highest offer, although it's 150,000 under asking price. If they would have listed the house $100 less, $100,000 less, they probably would have got asking price. But because there's nobody else in the game, you're the only fish. You're the only game in town. You only fish in the pond.
Okay, yeah.
I've had some success like that. But if you look at houses that are sitting on the market for a long time, but also you get something off the market. It depends what your goals are.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Pretty much. Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say, is this like a viable strategy? Is where like you'll get like a real estate agent to lowball them without like doing it anonymously? Like, yo, I have a buyer who's like lowballing. That way, you don't like he doesn't get any bad. Like, say he wants to go reoffer or whatever. It's not like they have any animosity.
I've done it as an agent.
Yeah.
True.
Why not? Yeah. Tell your agent to lowball everybody and see what happens.
For real. I do that on Facebook Marketplace all the time with cars and shit, so pisses people off.
He said he does it on Facebook Marketplace all the time. Dude, that's the way.
So, the worst part I can say is, put in 100 offers on 100 properties, and they're all $100,000 below market value. There's a chance that one person says yes, and then you're in the money. This is what builders, and this is what fix and flippers. This is what they're doing. I do it as an agent. I'll list a house, and within an hour, I'll have an offer from a guy that's never seen the house, but they say, I have an offer, all cash. Usually it's an offensive offer, offensively low, but every
he says offensive.
House, if you put an offensive offer into every single house, then it doesn't sell. Then you're the only offer on the table. There's a chance they might come to you and do a quick cash sale. Somebody that needs to get out of the house quick. They have an emergency or something. Unfortunately, you might have. Some people think it's taking advantage of them, but it's not necessarily, because if they're in a situation where they need cash immediately and you can close quick and it helps them out to close quick, then everybody kind of wins. You get the house at a little bit of a discount, and they get the house sold quick, and they can survive and move on to whatever life.
It's a win-win. I feel that. Al, I got a jiu-jitsu question for you.
Well, let's keep it on topic for what I got.
Okay, I got you.
Did you hear about Massapequa High School, and have you heard the whole issue of what's going on?
No. Lay it down. Was that what you doing the man on the street interview with?
That's what we were talking about. Yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah. I got no idea, man. What's is this like a bathroom thing?
All right, so we're giving you the boot then.
Okay. I got you, bro.
For you, James.
No, we're gonna show you. We're gonna show you a video. Hold on. Which video do you want to show? Oh, this. Yeah. Let's show you a video real quick.
All right, bet. Hold on.
Unfortunately, you haven't been watching the show. Josh, James, it's been a pleasure, brother. I appreciate you.
That was funny. The slap.
We give you the power slap.
The power slap out.
We're just playing around, but
that was fun.
Unfortunately, James hadn't been tuned in. He wasn't abreast on the topic.
You know what's so funny is like he's like he was talking to us about like taxes and stuff, but like he's at work talking on a podcast, like getting paid to talk on a podcast. He's like, yo, your boy's just taking advantage of the system. Motherfucker, you just talked to us for 15 minutes on a podcast.
You just got paid?
Yeah.
You're basically got paid more than us.
You're a fucking thief, bro. What the hell? Like, yeah, let's not. I hope the Porsche dealership doesn't fucking find him out, dude. That's so funny. Oh, dude. Well, did your guest respond? Is he coming in?
We're supposed to have a guest.
Big guest.
We'll see.
If he comes in before the time's up, we got looks like 20 more minutes before we shut this down. So what's next for us? What do you want to do next?
So next week
Mhm.
is the election.
Oh yeah, November 4th.
Bruce Blakeman, Seth Kozlow.
Who else?
Kozlow.
There's like Tim Walsh or something.
There's a whole
bunch of yeah.
But the main,
The county clerk or the
attraction-
executive county clerk or
the main
whatever.
event is Nassau County Executive,
Yeah.
basically like the mayor of Long Island.
Mm.
The mayor of Nassau County would be Bruce Blakeman, the current Nassau County Executive, and Seth Kozlow, who is the Democratic representative making his way to the Senate stage. No, I don't think. Maybe I didn't know too much about him. I knew he was a
Lawyer or something?
yeah, he was an attorney. He was a defense attorney.
Oh yeah, he's the one who wrote that article about the
So he wrote,
yeah.
Seems like he's in I don't know about in cahoots, but he's definitely supports Kathy Hochul.
Who's Seth or Blake?
Seth,
Yeah, Seth is he's the Democratic candidate, right?
He's the Democratic candidate.
Wow. So Nassau's has a Republican county clerk or whatever. Like he's
Nassau County Executive.
he's
Nassau County's, yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so
Wow.
Bruce Blakeman's and he is he's been around Trump.
Mhm.
He's
Wow.
Trump came to Nassau County. Trump gave him the shout out and spoke very highly of him.
Oh yeah, when he had that event
He was
in the
even,
Coliseum,
on
right?
stage at the Nassau Coliseum.
Oh my
At the
god.
Rutgers Cup just recently, Bruce
Wow.
Blakeman was there, shoulder to shoulder, shaking hands with the president. And Seth Kozlow pointed that out at the debate and said, we don't have kings here. He mentioned he had a couple like
The No Kings
the
protesting.
Zinger taglines.
Mhm.
Well, he didn't say about anything about, but he was like, we don't have kings here. Within, you could tell he had planned to
These taglines,
he
yeah.
had
Throw that in there.
taglines. He said, I forget what the first one was, but he had a couple in there.
Couple
and
zingers.
A couple zingers in there. But then Bruce Blakeman comes back and
Mhm.
says, yeah, you say I'm with Trump. I'd way rather be with Trump than be with Mamdani and Kathy Hochul. And kind of shut that down right there.
Mm-hmm.
Kozlow did not respond with anything. Kind of just
took it.
Just took it.
They went blow for blow.
They went blow for blow, and a lot of there was a lot. It was definitely a passionate exchange. If you haven't seen it, the debate is on YouTube. Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman.
Was that their last one?
That was the last one. It was this week. I think it was Wednesday night. Yeah, Wednesday. Wednesday.
Wow.
Night. It was last week. Last Wednesday night was the debate, and November 4th is the election for Nassau County Executive, among other positions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Bruce Blakeman, in my opinion, has done a great job. Nassau County is the safest county in America. He hired 600 law enforcement,
like officers,
law enforcement officers. 600. They do this. It's like a march of power kind of thing where they drive. I don't know if you ever seen it. You'll see 5 cop cars. They just drive around, and they have these flashing lights.
Yo, that's
And
crazy.
It's like a special flashing light. It's not like the sirens are on.
What's that to do? It's to scare people?
Just to announce their presence. And they go around Nassau County. And my mother was like, "Have you seen a bunch of like
just 5 cops in a row?
Cop cars just like driving around?"
Holy shit!
And I was like, "No." And then what is it? The law of, well, when you hear shit, you see it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
With the reticular activating system, the RAS.
Dude, you just hit me with something I've never heard
The
about.
reticular activating system is when someone says something to you
Hmm.
and you didn't really realize it.
Yeah, yeah.
You just never thought of it.
Like punch
And
buggy.
then yeah,
And then you see it
Punch buggy,
everywhere.
and then you see it. The
Oh,
reticular activating system.
that's
It's the part
cool.
of your brain. It's like the stem, like at the bottom of your brain, that whatever it does. I don't know.
Okay,
But-
Dr. Iaquinta.
anyway, so my mother says, "Have you seen these cop cars driving around? Whatever." Then the reticular activating system kicks in. Sure enough, like a couple days later, I see a stream of 5 cop cars with like
Dude, that's
lights
crazy.
and it's these are the kind of things he does. He does great events around Nassau County. I think he this community is stronger because of a person like Bruce Blakeman. Yeah,
Well, you feel safer, like you think that.
I think so. I think he's pro police. He's not defund the police. He's quite the opposite. He's not bail reform. Seth Kozlow has supported, no cash bail, which is another thing. It's like fairness. It's like, well, guess what? If you can't afford bail, don't get in trouble.
Well, you know what? That's almost like that means that it's just a punishment for the poor. Then you're just punishing poor people, because if you have enough money, you could do the things and then get out. Like if you have enough money, you can do whatever crime and bail yourself out. But if you're poor, you do the same crime, you can't bail yourself out.
Well, you still have to go. Well, then you gotta. What do you have? What do you have as collateral? You know what I mean? You got nothing as collateral, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean,
that's your fault. It's not anyone else. It's unfortunate that some people.
But that's a result again of like our living situation as a society right now. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people who aren't successful because it's just hard to make money here. Like the dollar's getting devalued. We've printed more money in the past like 3 years than at any other time in America, or like 5-10 years. I don't know how long ago COVID was. I forgot. But like, dude, it's like, yeah.
It's got to be the motivation. I don't want to pay bail. I want to pay bail. I want to be able to commit crimes and get away with it. Bail. It's not that you're getting away with it. You just bail out, and then you still gotta go to court and do everything. But it's bad. You can still. There's no It's collateral for you to come back and face your sentences, right? So that's this country, bro. That's what it's all about.
But a lot. What I'm saying is like a lot of like rules and laws are not really laws if you can pay your way out of it. So like somebody like what were you gonna say?
I agree 100%. And in order to pay, if you're somebody that can't afford bail, in order for you to become a person that can afford bail, you have to contribute to society a tremendous amount. You have to create jobs. You have to become wealthy. You have to contribute.
Yeah, but you can contribute in a way that's not economically benefiting you. Like I wouldn't say like this guy, he said that he volunteers for a lot of environmental stuff. So that's not going to give him money, but he's like a contributing member of society for doing that. Like if somebody decides to like spend their time picking up trash and stuff, they're not going to get paid for it, but it's like, like you're still a contributing member of society. And like I'm not going to tell that person like, oh, because you didn't make money, like, and you got like this parking ticket that you never paid, like now I'm going to take your car, and like cuz you parked in a legal spot. Like if I park in a handicapped spot, for me that's like, okay, like it's a punishment because it's like that's a lot of money. There's a big fine. But for like somebody who has mad money, that's not even a real punishment for them because they don't feel that. They're like, I'll park in the handicapped spot. I don't give a fuck. I'll pay that. But then it's not a law. Then it's just a tax on it's not a law then, because if you're doing things that are illegal and then you're just like, I'll just pay the shit, like that's not a law then. That's just a fucking tax on the poor. Like that's not that. So like there's a bunch of laws like that.
Moral things. If you're parking in somebody's handicapped spot.
Yeah, okay, you're an asshole. You're an asshole. We can agree. Bipartisan. You're a fucking asshole but like I'll say like you should look at things like that, like a little different, where it's like, oh, like if I did have more money, I could just do that, like, or like drive on the beach, like stuff like that. Like, I'll just pay the fucking fine. I don't give a fuck. So, like, you know, rich people don't live by the same laws we do. Like, they live a completely different. They're on another level of society because they can just pay for all that stuff. So, like,
But I think that also has to be some motivation in there. There's got to be.
do you think that's right for them to be able to do that? Because I don't. I don't think that. I don't think that's right. I don't think like any one person should have more. I would even call that rights than me. Like, they're able to do more shit than I can because they can afford to pay the fines for doing something like quote unquote illegal. I can't do that. So it's like, it seems unfair.
They can also take a, they can do a lot of different, that's one thing out of the pie chart of things that they can do that a person that isn't as wealthy can. They can fly in a private jet. They can buy a private jet. They can go on a boat. They can.
Yeah, but this is in
in
relation to like something that's supposed to apply to all of us as a society. Like, this is like, yeah, they could do all those other things, but this is like,
And I think it does. It still does apply. A poor person can do all those things.
but
and
but
get
they're
out,
gonna they're gonna die if they do that. Because like, I'll be honest, like, I look at money as like, the more money you have, the more you can survive, right? Like, the closer you are to being like completely broke, the closer you are to being dead.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of like, and like, humans were wired to be like, I need to survive, like, I need to live, like, we have that innate human urge to live or whatever, to survive. So it's like, I don't know, it feels like if we're taxing these people, we're taking all their money, they're getting closer to death because of that. And that's like, it seems messed up. It seems like that could lead to somebody's death. Like, you're contributing to like, yeah, somebody's death. I would feel like,
working on
getting someone
a
in.
couple guests here.
Yeah, let's go. We got time. We could go a little longer.
We got time. We're chilling this morning. It's
Yeah.
the Long Island IQ morning show. Fabian Ramirez, Al Iaquinta. We were at Massapequa High School last week, Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Board of Education meeting. It was pandemonium in Massapequa. Massapequa putting Long Island, putting Nassau County, putting the community of Massapequa on the map a lot recently. And this is why I like Massapequa. I like Massapequa because they take no shit. They say we're the best, and we're going to show you how it's done. And they've done it in so many ways.
The Chiefs.
The Massapequa Chiefs and the Wantagh Warriors, the last two Native American
mascots
to survive the shame. And what a shame it is. Kathy Hochul instituting a ban on Native American imagery and names in Long Island mascots. Long Island was inhabited by the Native Americans, still is inhabited by the Native Americans. Many of the Native Americans want and support their images and their history being preserved throughout the schools. And one in particular organization, the National Congress of American Indians, has a problem with it. Funny enough, funded by George Soros.
Let's go.
Group, I believe it's the NCAI, is funded by George Soros. Zinbreak. We're back on the Zins. The one group of Native Americans who have a problem with the Native American imagery and names being used in high schools is the one that's funded by George Soros. I think there's something bigger at play here, to be honest with you.
Dude, we got to do a deep dive on George Soros.
George Soros. I've been doing deep dives.
Yeah? Oh, God. This is going to turn into a fucking conspiracy podcast.
So, George Soros. I got too many Zens in. George Soros. So George Soros was Jewish.
He was, or he still is?
George Soros was Jewish. His father Jewish.
What does that have to do with it?
When the Nazis were coming,
Uh-huh.
George Soros' father split the family up, changed names to Soros. I forget what his original name was.
Storowitz.
It was
Yeah,
something-
yeah.
It was a similar but Jewish name. Changed it to Soros,
Wow.
and George Soros went around and he helped the Nazis find his friends.
Oh, that's
who were
fucked up.
Jewish.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn, that's messed up.
and
Whoa, that's
could you
crazy.
imagine someone at that young of an age doing something like that?
How old is he?
I mean, he had to be like in like an elementary school year.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Dad changed his name
That's so messed
to
up.
acting like I think he said this is my adopted Catholic son, or he gave it to his uncle, or gave it to I think maybe he split the family up and he sent George with a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a turf war that went on. It was all kinds of craziness. He ended up getting the land from the people that he sent the Nazis to go take.
Oh.
Like people that survived Auschwitz.
Mhm.
George Soros sent people to Auschwitz.
Wow, that's fucked.
His friends, his neighbors.
He was a kid though, right?
He was a kid.
That's messed up. I mean, if a kid's doing that, I mean, I don't think it's the kid's fault because, like, I mean, it must be really fucking scary to be a Jew in the Nazi times, but that's still fucked up. Like, that's crazy. I can't imagine trying to live with myself after that because, like, you just know how many of your friends died or people you know died. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to live with myself after that.
So I'm at
Kid or
I'm
not.
at chapter 1 of the George Soros. That's about as far as
Yo, that's riveting
So,
though. That's
but
crazy. I want to hear
I
more.
heard that recently, and I was like, who is this George? So everyone's talking about George.
Everyone
Soros.
is talking about
He's
George
trying
Soros.
to, ruin the fabric of America, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me see. And that's the first thing you start researching George Soros. He freaking sent people to Auschwitz as a Jew.
That's crazy. I had
Changed
no
his
idea.
name. This is my Catholic son, George Soros, and he's going, yeah, there's Jews in that barn right there, hiding under the
floorboards.
Floorboards.
Yeah.
True story happened.
That's fucked.
Allegedly, but I mean,
True story happened allegedly.
I mean,
Yeah, he's gonna sue us.
He'll just kill. We'll just end up freaking.
Dude, send whoever.
So now here it goes into a deeper thing. The NYCLU, I believe, has ties to George Soros.
Wow.
They're the ones sending these LGBTQ plus kind of. I call them kind of like those. Would you consider that like kind of like a mob?
I mean, I guess any group of people's a mob.
You know, not willing to talk. I asked if tried interviewing the one.
But those gay
before.
people that were there, I don't feel like are getting any sort of money from George Soros. I mean, but I guess the NCLU or whatever.
They rile them up. They get them going. They say, "Hey, one of our own
Mhm.
is getting, is getting persecuted in Massapequa High School. We have to go stand up for them."
I think
They're not going to do it.
I think
The trans students not going to do it.
yeah. I think
Parents of the trans students aren't going to do it.
Mhm.
But we need to go. We're not going to really make any claim for anything.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to like really talk about it too much. But we're gonna sit for the national anthem in the country that allows us to sit for the national anthem. Like in a communist country, do you think if you sat for the national anthem, you're not getting a bullet in your head?
I don't know. Do they do?
Either,
I don't know.
I guarantee you, it's going to be worse than just a couple of MAGA people yelling at you to stand the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
In sitting for the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance,
Mm-hmm.
you're not shitting on the current administration. You're pissing off the current, but you're shitting on the 90-year-old, 95, 100-year-old veteran that went overseas and fought in a war to give you the right risked his life for you to sit.
But you talk to these veterans, and a lot of them are disillusioned with the military, bro. Like, you talk to veterans that like go to Afghanistan, do their tours and shit. They're like, "Yo, I was sitting on oil fields, like just defending oil fields," or like, "We had fucking like Vietnam." Okay, like that's like one of the worst wars we could have gotten into. Like, there's so many disillusioned people with like, sure, like I could so understand why somebody would sit for the national anthem right now. Like, dude, all my money's going, all my taxes are going to blowing up people in the Middle East or whatever. Like, and it's been like that for years. And like Cuba, like we fucking destabilized Cuba. We destabilized all these other countries. It's what we do. Like, if you go into other like America's seen as the big bad. Like, we're like seen as like the big bad police force, and there's a lot of countries that hate us, but you know, like
Yet they flock here.
a lot of people do flock here, but
They want to
but you know why?
but they don't appreciate.
But you know why? Because we fucked up their countries a lot of the times. Like Venezuela and all that stuff. Like, we completely fucked them over. We decimated their economy. And then yeah, of course, where are they gonna go? Oh, we could go to the people that were fucking us up. Yeah, sure, why not? Like, I could understand why somebody would do that, and I could also understand why somebody would hate us. I could understand why somebody would sit for the national anthem. I could understand why somebody would be mad.
I can never understand sitting for the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance.
Mhm.
If you live in this country, if the president is voted in, it's like it all trickles down. It's all.
But it feels like they're just not proud of what the country's doing. But this country allows you to be like that's them voicing their opinions in order to make us better. I think that like when you do stuff like that, it's because like if you really didn't care about America, yeah, you would leave. But if you really cared about America, you would stay here and fight to make it better. Like, I wouldn't leave my friend. Like, if I feel like my boy is like fucked up or like he's like he's just not on the right path, I'm gonna stick here and I'm gonna.
creating more division. When you
But
stick-
for the greater good.
I disagree. I think there's way better ways to. If you're an NFL player and you kneel for the national anthem, you are kneeling. You're an NFL player. You're getting paid tons of money. You've made it. This is the American dream.
But those are all beside the point.
NFL isn't in. There's no NFL
Mhm.
in Iraq. There's no NFL in Venezuela. There's no NFL in any part of the world except for here because of the things that have gone on in this country
Mhm.
to allow you to kneel. And listen, if you got a problem with the with what's going on,
Mhm.
do something about it. Kneeling is causing more division, and I guarantee it. There's way better. If everybody is standing for the national anthem, if everybody is standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, it shows that we are all one, and that although there are differences, we can still come together for one thing. If we can't come together for a Pledge of Allegiance and for a national anthem, what are we going to come together for? Nothing. There's nothing that can bring us together.
Well, I feel
Unless it's to say, listen, you might be different, I might be different, we might have things to work on, but we can agree with one thing. We're both here. We want to be here, because if we didn't want to be here, we could very easily go somewhere else. It's causing more division than it is causing unity, and you saw it right there. They sat, and the opposite side got angry at them rather than them standing and saying, "Wow, they stood for the national anthem." Maybe there's something behind these.
I feel like two things. Like, one, like whenever somebody protest, like for example, like sitting is a form of protest. That's a non-violent form of protest. We talked the other day. You were like, "Oh, like why do people go out and like block cars and stuff like that?" Or like, it's like whatever form of protest. I feel like people will complain about it. Like, how can they protest them? Like, they're just sitting for the national anthem. Like, that doesn't seem like so radical, and it's just their like little form of protest. Like, I don't care if they do that. Like, it doesn't bother me, because it's like, okay, like you feel that way about America, that's fine. I'm glad you're still in America and you're trying to like fight to make it like what you think is better, like, because that's what America's about, is like a bunch of us in a country trying to figure out how to live with each other and like in the best way possible. And like, those Americans, they're still Americans. They choose to sit for the anthem because like they feel like America is like failing them in some way, or whatever the case may be. Maybe they're sitting because of what's happening in Palestine. Maybe they're sitting because like their country got destabilized by them. Maybe they're sitting because they don't believe in like how we defended like Taliban leaders when we were out in fucking Iraq or whatever. There's so many reasons why somebody could sit, but like that's like the most lukewarm form of protest. And like it's like whatever they do, you're gonna get pissed off at them. Like at what point can you just like like it's everyone's like, oh, why don't you protest like this, why don't you protest like that? The point of protests is to like disrupt and bring attention to stuff. Like they're just sitting. Like I don't even think people
But
should
at
fucking
least
care
that's
about their.
something to be listen.
Yeah,
If
like
there
we're
was
talking
a-
about
if
it.
there was if there was something that was affecting everybody every day, you protest. If it's one person and the school is siding with the majority, the 99.999% of majority, and you're from not the town that's doing it, and that is the reason that you're going to sit for the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance, then you need more. You need problems. You need more. You really
You need more struggle.
There's 100%. Those people need more struggle because listen, if there was like wild lions and tigers roaming around, this is an extreme example, or
Okay.
just like I don't even know why it's popping in my head, but if there was lions and tigers roaming around, we would be a lot more unified. People.
Yeah, there would be a big bad. There would be like
Come in here.
something. There would
Come
be
in
something
here.
we could all unite
Come-
against
come
and fight
in.
against.
Oh, there's a tiger out there. You're trans. Come in, hanging out. Or oh, there's a MAGA guy and there's a tiger outside. You think? I'm saying, if a tiger's outside and there's a
Yeah.
trans and there's a MAGA, everyone's getting along
Yeah,
because it's either get along or get eaten alive and watch the other person get eaten alive, and you don't want that. You got to stand for the national anthem.
so I think like that's like yeah, if we had like a bigger problem we could all face together, yeah, we would come together because that problem unites us. So like I think the big problem that we could all unite against is like, hey, like we just want to make living here easier. What would happen?
Vinny the Chin, Vincenzo Ferraro, the
Uh-huh.
Long Island legend himself, was trying to call in, but is banned from IG Live. August.
That's mad funny.
Damn.
Damn, bro, that
But
sucks.
but should IG Live? I think you're just streaming through.
I
should
could
be
go on
good.
YouTube. Yeah, he should be fine.
Good, I think.
Yeah, if he
Vincenzo.
just click in,
Vinny
try to
the Chin,
click
I
in.
think if you just click that StreamYard link, and I think you're good.
Yeah,
Or yeah, I don't know. Maybe he can't go on Instagram Live or something.
who knows? Yeah, maybe because it's connected to Insta Live, like he's just automatically banned from it. That's so funny.
We had a great guest today, Pete Brazili, who's going to be at Governor's Comedy Club
Hmm.
Halloween Eve, October 31st in Levittown, getting his comedy career is kind of blowing up, I think.
Yeah,
He was at
That's
the
cool.
Brokerage recently. I've known the guy forever. He is a character.
yeah, he's kind of funny, man.
made for comedy.
Yeah.
But very intelligent. Like you got to be an intelligent person to be good at comedy, and I think he's got all the makings of a superstar in the comedy world.
That's fun.
So definitely, listen. I don't know if I have anything to do the 31st. I think we might go trick or treat with my godson, and then I might be heading over to.
Oh, that's gonna get him some sales. Let's
you
go.
know, we're going to Governors on the 31st to support Pete Brazili, our first guest here.
Our first
on Long
inaugural guest.
the Long Island IQ.
All right. Anything else? Like I don't know.
you're looking to
We hit the
buy-
907. So
If you're looking to buy, sell, or rent anywhere, Manhattan to Montauk, Bayville to Sable,
Sick.
but most importantly, right here in Wantor, the epicenter of Long Island and the gateway to Jones Beach. Iaquinta Real Estate, 516-992-2888. Fabian, Iaquinta Real Estate. What do you got? World's coming up.
Oh my
Nationals.
God, I got
Nationals coming up.
I should have Worlds in December, and I think in like 2 weeks, God willing, if my weight comes down enough, I'm gonna do trials, but I should be fine. But yeah,
And then
Fourth
Cali-
stringers.
The next tournament is in
Orlando, and then I go to Cali, and then I gotta
What's
go.
the date on Orlando? What's the next one?
Orlando's November 14th and 15th.
November 14th, November 15th.
Yeah, catch me
Maybe
Flow
he'll
Grappling.
He'll be on Flow Grappling.
Catch me beating up some people in Orlando,
Strangling
Florida men.
mofos.
Yeah. All right, so we're signing out now. Check me out on Fourth Stringers, and
Fourth Stringers,
let's go.
incredible clothing company. If
Thanks.
you're a jiu-jitsu wannabe, if you're a jiu-jitsu intermediate, or if you're a jiu-jitsu superstar, Fourth Stringers, the best rash guards, the best board shorts. Get it. Fourthstringers.com?
Yep.
Fourthstringers.com.
All right, guys, signing out. Take care. And